Buying backlinks. What links to buy first? This is often a question that I receive from business owners. You're buying backlinks, you want to buy backlinks, but you're not sure exactly what order or how many or what you should buy. So, my name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's video, what I'd love to go ahead and share with you is if you're buying backlinks, what backlinks should you be buying, regardless if you get them through us, wherever you're going. You know, I talk to a ton of business owners and they're often persuaded, or maybe they're under the guise of, hey, backlinks is what I need to rank. And they start throwing dollars at pages and they don't even have the essentials in order to find success. So some of the things that I really want to hammer home today is I want to make sure that if you're buying backlinks, do you have the essentials first? Did you buy these first, right? Because there is a chronological order. In my opinion, if you're a local business owner, there's certain links that you just need to have. There's time and investment involved before we just start throwing dollars at our pages. Also, another big issue that I see a lot of times is you're not ready for links yet. So my name is Chris Palmer, again with chrispalmer.org. All right. If you can take a moment, come and visit chrispalmer.org. Whether it's services, you need help, need another set of eyes, you can click on this, go down to the bottom. We have all types of things available. We'll be more than happy to help you out. But before you invest in yourself, before you invest in your business, let's talk about some things that we need to make sure that we're taking care of first. All right. Now, first and foremost, throwing dollars at a page or a website that is not properly optimized or ready for links, you're burning your money. You're wasting money. Please stop. Right? Hey, I offer links. I have services, right? I want you to get services, but I hate offering services to business owners. I take a look at their site and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I'm at fault. And right? Because they're not ready yet. If you build out your website, we don't have proper structuring. If your website's not properly structured, if it's not properly optimized, and you haven't built out your high commercial intent pages for your services, and you don't have supporting content yet, we don't need to start spending thousands of dollars on backlinks. All right? The reason why people want to buy backlinks instead of investing the time in properly optimizing and properly structuring their websites is because structuring your website, creating high commercial intent pages, optimizing those pages, re-optimizing those pages, doing keyword gap analysis, that takes time and you don't get that immediate gratification. I understand, I know. But I understand if you build a bunch of backlinks, yes, you'll get a result. But you can prevent so much dollar lossage by properly structuring and optimizing and doing keyword gap analysis first. But before you do all that, and while you're doing that, you need some essential links, and that's what gets us here today. All right. If you're just starting out, you need to make sure that we need to establish who we are, right? Our brand, our business, our service, where we're at, what's our awards, who are we? Who are we helping? Right? So let's talk about this. Okay, first and foremost, one of the most essential things that you need to make sure that you have, in my opinion, is we want to say, hey, here's who we are and here's what we're doing. There's nothing better, in my opinion, to do this than a press release. Okay? One of the very first things that we'll always do, and there's lots more, these are in no particular order, but these should be on your website before you're doing high-powered links, before you reach out to us to do Haro links or guest posting or backlinks or like a boatload of links to individual pages. We need to make sure we have these essentials first. All right? These are essential things that are in no order, but I'm going to discuss what they are and why and what they do. Okay? So there's multiple types of press releases, okay? Now, I basically break them down as premium press releases, and then I have basic. You could look at it as authoritative or local. It's up to you, okay? Or you could look at it as niche specific, authority, or locational. It doesn't matter. You can look at it as 3 different types. I have 2 different types. But at the end of the day, it's just a matter of quality and how many you get. When I'm talking about quality, inside of the report, how many of DR30s am I going to get, or DR40s, or whatever metric you like Business Insiders and Yahoos and AP Newses and Market Watches and all these like better links that are in a general distribution is more authoritative, where you have your Fox Newses, your ABC Newses, and your digital journals on the lower tier, okay? But press releases are going to be first. What we like to do first and foremost is we like to establish a premium press release or an authoritative press release in order to not only build out some branded anchor text, but it's also establishing who we are and where we're at. Now, we do this within the title because we talk about our primary service, our brand name, and where we're servicing inside of the title. We also like to utilize press releases in order to showcase awards or what we do specifically. And again, there's 2 different types. So press releases on authority sites, right? We love this first and foremost. And then press releases on local sites, right? These types of assets are going to the home page and primary service pages, okay? Like, if we haven't issued a PR about our service and where we're doing it, high-powered guest posts, like, if you get the structure right, get the content right, do your keyword gap analysis right, do your keyword research right, and structure the website with commercial intent and informational intent, this list I'm going to give you for most businesses, small business owners, this should be enough to get you to the finish line if you have enough patience. Okay, here we go. All right, let's keep going. All right. So again, these are in no particular order. If you have questions, please get them in. I have a few videos that I need to get out, but I really want to cover this because I see this so much and I know this will help you out. All right. Before you start powering high-powered stuff or spending $200 a link and getting, premium placements, let's make sure we have our essentials, right? First and foremost, we want to get a press release out there, an authoritative press release that's going to point to our homepage and also our high commercial intent service pages. I'm focusing on local business owners. This is who I help. This is what I do. I'm primarily focused on local and lead generation. That's what I do. All right. Authority sites or blog sites, e-commerce sites, an affiliate, there's channels for that. I'm primarily talking to business owners. I'm talking to you, okay? So press releases on authoritative websites, they go to the homepage and primary commercial intent pages. Basic press releases or lower cost or localized press releases, these also are going to point at the homepage and our commercial intent pages. So now we have premium press release. We have our basic press release. We've essentially now have built each one of these is 500 links. Okay? Each one of these is about 700 links. Okay? Backlinks. We're not talking about referring domains. Also, too, when you put out a press release, because it's one article distributed, a bunch of sites pick it up, but Google only rewards so many. Why? Because it's the same article being distributed. That's why you generally want to do these every 30 to 90 to 6 months, depending on budget and depending on competition. Okay? But press releases are first. All right? These are in no order, but these are one of the first items. Next, citations. Okay? There's a magnitude of flavors here. All right? You have your top list, which are called generalized citations. Google Business Profile, Yelp, Monta, MapQuest, Foursquare. These are your general. There's a top, if you look up top 50 USA citations or top 50 Canada citations, top UK citations, there's a list. That list that's out there is a general list. These are places that we want to be found. We want to be found on Apple. We want to be found on Foursquare. We want to be found on Yahoo, right? General citations are essential for your business. It's good to have digital references referring back to who we are, what we do, where we do it, and here's our phone number, right? Name, address, phone number, website, description, right? Put your logo in there. Generally, you'll build out about 100 of these, all right, total. 50 to 100. It depends on where you're going. Now, there's different kinds. If you're not getting a username and password, like Reddit, it should not be inside of your list for citations, all right? Look up the top 50 or top 100 list, find that list, that's the list that we build. It's a dual verification process. That's what the difference is. That's why guys on Fiverr or gals on Fiverr are offering 100 for $10. And then other places, I won't name them, and myself offer a higher cost because it's a dual verification process. You have to have a phone number, have to have an email. It's not just a directory. Directories are on this list, but that's not what we're talking about right now, okay? And yes, there's a difference. Directory, I could go and put name, address, phone number anywhere, right? A citation or a structured citation, I have to verify who I am and what I do. Fair enough? All right, let's move on. Now, like I mentioned before, there's different flavors, right? We have our generalized citations. You have local citations, okay? You could also look at these as directories. Generally, you want to do 10 to 20 of these. Next, you have niche or category specific. For instance, I work with lawyers, right? Lawyers and real estate investors are my bread and butter. These are my primary clients, right? I help all kinds of businesses though. I want to help anybody, everybody, anyone that I can as long as I have time, right? But a niche specific, when we're talking about law firms, could be super lawyers or Avo, right? If we're talking about home services, a niche specific could be Easy Local, right? Home Advisor. If we're talking about real estate, we want to get listed on Zillow. You see, like these would be more niche specific citations or considered directories, all right? So niche citations. Again, we build out 10 to 20 of these. Generally, and I've made videos on this, what we're looking at and what we want to do is we want to figure out, okay, I want to rank for a specific, let's say, personal injury lawyer in Philly. Who are the top performers in maps and who are the top performers in the organic SERPs? Which citations are being rewarded the most? Those are your niche specific and location specific, generally speaking, because they already have all the other digital references. They already have these, right? Or they want to be a top player, okay? So regular citations, local specific citations to a specific region. Sometimes this could be Better Business Bureau. This could, or I'm sorry, not Better Business Bureau, Chamber of Commerce in a specific region. That's a citation, okay? All right. So we're going to go down here, number 6, directories, all right? And then we'll just do a 6 and a 7, niche directories, okay? Now a directory, like I mentioned before, much like a citation, but you could really put your name, address, phone number, and a link back to a website or an internal page, oftentimes is what we like. You could put that out anywhere. Almost anything could be considered a directory or an unstructured citation if I'm able to put name, address, phone number, description, and a link, right? We like to slide an image in there too so we can start putting other entities in place, but that's another talk for another day, all right? So directories, we like to do about 100 of these. Niche directories, it could be 20 to 100, okay? You're starting to see the stack now, right? Well, where are these pointing to? To the homepage and primary service pages. Commercial intent pages, what makes you dollars, and your homepage, establishing brand, who we are, what we do, where we do it, and here's our phone number, okay? These are crucial links that we want to establish and get in the door. How fast? As fast as you can. As fast as you possibly can. I have never, ever seen any business owner get a penalty by building citations. Never, ever. Unless you're using, I won't name specific services, but if you're using a citation service that's really a PBN disguised as a citation, yes, you might run into problems. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about building out structured citations and directories and doing PR related to our brand, business, service, where we're at, what we're doing, establishing our brand and our entity. I've never seen a business owner get a penalty by doing this. This is just proper work. Every business does it. We want to get this stuff out as fast as we possibly can. Let's keep going. Number 8. All right, we've done our PR, we've done our citations, we've done our local. One of the next things we want to do, it's called data aggregation, all right? After you've established your citations and your directories, we want to use an API in order to validate. This is how I look at it. That's why I'm explaining it this way. It's essentially doing it with a computer to validate the citations and the directories that we've already built and get the citations and the directories that we can't do manually. It has to be done through an API programmatically. It has to be done programmatically, right? This is called data aggregation submission. We're going to start offering this, all right? But there's a lot of services out there that do this. Be mindful. If I had to give a recommendation, what we always use is Bright Local, right? They offer a really good data aggregation solution. No, I wouldn't use them for citations, but they have a solution for data aggregation submission, and it's relatively inexpensive. We use it. I like it. No big deal. Let's move on. Also, Web20 does too. It's up to you, but we're going to start offering data aggregation, but it's part of the system I use. Hey, I can't do it all. Right? Sometimes we have to lean on other services in order to be able to do what's most effective for our clients, right? Right. So let's move on. Number 9. We've done our PR. We've done our local PR. We've done our citations, local citations, niche citations, directories, niche directories, and data aggregation submissions. Okay. Generally, you want to pick 1 or 2 platforms. We were doing all 3, but we noticed that it wasn't really giving us a benefit, so we generally picked 2. All right. All right. We still do this to this day. We'll generally go out to the top sites. We call it foundation. We call them foundation links. Okay. Foundation links. What this essentially is, at the end of the day, is Web 2.0. Okay. Web 2.0 could also be considered social links. If you have not established your brand on primary sources, including YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, if I didn't already say that. If you're not on these, Twitter or X now, we need to have a business profile on these assets. Like, it has to be done. Go out there and establish your name, address, phone number, your business, and your description, and link back to your homepage. Establish the brand, right? Foundation links, this includes Web 2.0. Also, what we will generally do is we build out a generalized list. You could build out niche specific. You could do keyword. To do it right, you have to put the keyword into the search bar and do a search for your primary keyword. Scan by 100 results and figure out which Web 2.0s is Google rewarding. Every SERP is different. There's 100 results per keyword query. Out of that 100 results, which Web 2.0s are actually showing up for the keyword? Those are the ones that you need to get. That's a lot of work. So what we have found is, well, which ones are authoritative? Which ones can we build? We'll just do the batch for a low cost, and whatever sticks. That's how we do it. If you want to take that extra time, it's a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of work, then that's the best way to do it. But these are called foundation links or Web 2.0s. Number 10, we already covered it, but this is your social profiles. I know it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but you need to establish your brand, your business, service, description, and phone number. Who we are, what we do, and where we do it. All right. This right here, there's probably about 7. Foundation, generally do about 20. All right. Now, I want you to add this up, right? Because at the end of the day, there's a homepage. Okay. Here, we'll do it this way. I try not to do this, but I will. All right. Now, at the end of the day, right, you probably have 1 or 2, right? This is your home page, home. This is a primary top level page, primary. This is all going here, and a large majority of these will also go here, okay? These are top level, high commercial intent pages. These are your top level pages, pillar pages. We can make up all kinds of techno babble about these pages. It's your primary page, okay? And then you have your home page, Okay. We talked yesterday about the homepage. I keep seeing people double optimizing pages for primary keywords plus location, and then they have another page. And then, no, the homepage is about you. Here's who we are, here's what we do, and here's where we do it. Commercial intent pages or internal pages or primary service pages are for those keywords. Okay. You drill down. Here's who we are, here's the head, and then here's what we do. Very simple. Okay. But in any case, now we've built 700, like, let's just think about this together. These are essential things that you should have, right? Like, I want you to think about this. 700, you did 500 more links here. Generally, we'll do 2 or 3 of these pointing to the actual individual pages, depending on how many services they have. But let's just call it 500, okay? Plus, we're going to do another 100 for citations. We're going to do 20, 40, another 240. And then when we come down here, about 27 more with social profiles in this. No follow, do follow, we don't care. We're establishing our brand. Here's who we are. Here's what we do. Here's where we do it. Here's a brief description of our business. Here's our website. And here's our phone number. And now we've gone out, essentially, there's another 240, right? And we have gone out there and made 1,780 digital references to our brand, business, and our services, our phone number, and our website. These are backlinks, individual backlinks that are out on the web. This, paired with proper structuring, optimization, that for a lot of services, if you give enough timeline, this is often enough. If you've done these essential things and you're not getting that boost, if it's been 6 months or 8 months since you've started your project, more like 8 to 12. If you're 8 to 12 months in and you've done this, and you're still not reaching success, or you're not page 2 or page 1 for a lot of your keywords, you really need to go back and look at your structure and your on page, because something is wrong with your structuring. I would highly recommend looking at keyword gap analysis, look at your on page SEO, look at your structuring, look at your internal linking. There's a massive issue if you've done these things. See, what I'll see also too is like, all right, if we've done these things, and this is a timeline, right? Let's just say this has been 6 months. In this 6 months that a brand is conceived, we have done this right here, right? Now we can start looking at other types of links, right? Our guest posts, more premium press releases, our link inserts, maybe some PBNs, I don't know, right? Maybe we could do some Haro, right? We could start looking at our primary service pages, that's these, right? We can start looking at our primary service pages for link inserts, PBN links, guest posts, Haro linking, doing some outreach. We could start doing some more aggressive link building to our primary pages. If a 6-month period is done, this is done, and we have the right structure. We can also start looking at increasing the amount of relevancy on the website. This pushes up those pages. If I have a primary service page and I answer the 7 questions that are needed, who, what, when, why, where, how, and do a best of list to support a primary service, all that internal flow is pointing up to that primary service page. Gee, you're like screaming to Google, hey, this page is important, and look how much I know about it. I'm just saying. Those internal links pointing to those primary pages, plus you could start doing more aggressive building. But if you're 3 months in, there is zero reason to start throwing thousands of dollars at guest posts at primary pages when my structure isn't done, my on page isn't done, my interlinking isn't done, my internal linking isn't done, my supporting pages aren't done, and my on page isn't right. I haven't done any keyword gap analysis. I'm a link vendor. I'm only sharing this with you to help you. You'll find much greater success if you have more patience and spend more time on page, interlinking, building that more relevance. Take care of your essential things first. Give yourself time. Think, it's 6 months since that last link was built. Now the clock starts, right? It might be shorter, but always think in big chunks of time. I hope this is helpful. I hope this is helpful for you, right? Like, don't put in a link order for 200 guest posts if you haven't taken care of the essentials. And it's not me trying to sell you on this. I need to establish the brand, my businesses, my services. I need to have my pages laid out before I start allocating and investing dollars in high commercial intent pages. I also need to have supporting articles in order to support these commercial intent pages, right? I need to be able to show relevance. And we're talking to a bot. We're talking to Googlebot. The only way to convey relevance is by having depth of concept with pages, a lot of pages talking about something, and then pointing to the commercial intent page. And then in order to convey more relevance and more authority, we build external links to those top level pages, these pages here, right? And as time progresses, that's when you start ranking higher. Hopefully this is helpful. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. If you have questions about, hey, what backlink should I buy? When should I buy backlinks? How many backlinks should I buy? How do I structure a website? What's keyword gap analysis? If you have these questions, ask in the section below. If you really want to deep dive into this, book a time with me. I'll be happy to share these insights with you. It's very easy to get with me. Book a time. All right. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org, and I look forward to seeing you in the next Buying Backlinks. How many backlinks should I buy? Which backlinks should I buy? Where should I point these backlinks? Video. Have a great day. Have a great one. Bye-bye. All right, I have some other stuff that I have to attend to, but what we're going to do is answer these questions. I have a few other videos I need to address, but let's answer some questions here if you have any. Okay, use Tesla. Thank you. He says, okay, KK. Okay to you, brother. Gamer update. He retracted his message. Mr. Trash Dumpster Rentals. Are location pages essentially a copy of the main page with location wording replaced? Well, all right. They can be. If you have a very old site, you might be able to get away with this. If you're starting fresh, I would recommend building unique pages. All right. I think you're just going to struggle. Now, if you launch a whole boatload of pages, you might be able to get some of them to index and stay indexed and rank. But for a higher percentage of index pages and a higher percentage of success, I would build unique pages, have unique images. All right. On old sites, yes, we can still do geo-modified pages and still have a success rate, right? But I'm finding much higher successes, and we're working on very large sites. We just started another project. Like, yeah, it stinks, right? Like we don't, it was a good run, right? But I would invest time into unique pages. All right. Watching you is putting a link on a YouTube video. Will it help in rankings? Will it help overall? Yes. If your website's a piggy bank, a YouTube link is 1 penny into the jar. You want to be a millionaire, right? Hypothetically, I have a piggy jar that I'm trying to make to become a millionaire. This piggy jar is life. Okay. A YouTube link in a website's journey in life is 1 penny towards that $1 million. Yes, it helps. It's one thing though. It's one minute thing. All right, brother? I talk to business owners all the time about this. Yes, it's a consistency and the persistency of doing these things day after day after day after day after day after day. Building a brand is hard. Being a business is hard. There's no one thing that's going to take you to the moon. And if there is, it's going to be a very short-lived thing. I promise you. The only thing that I have seen that is a consistent winner is staying consistent, staying persistent, and diligent, and doing the best you can day in and day out. That's how you reach success, in my opinion. All right? There's no short shot. There's no short shot. And on top of that, how many programs or how many courses or how many trainings or how many little tricks and hacks and stuff have you done? Right? You, whoever's watching this. How many times have you looked at something, looking for a shortcut, only to find that it was a whole boatload of work and it really didn't help you reach success at all? You were just spinning your wheels, right? If you stay diligent, stay consistent, it's very boring, but that's how you reach success. All right? Anyway, let's move on. We're talking about websites here, by the way. Down here, Mal June asks, I read again and again, create schema. What is the best thing to do? Yoast, rank math, manual coding. Okay. These are great options. Those 2 plugins that you mentioned, that's referring to WordPress. We use SEO Press. I like SEO Press. I'm not promoting it. There's not even a link. I make nothing for saying that. It's just something that we like. Why? Because it does a good job and you get unlimited sites. That's why. Because for our clients, if they have WordPress, we want to get them up on SEO Press because I have an unlimited license. It's the same with WP Rocket. It does a good job and I get unlimited sites. Period, end of statement. That's why I use those 2 for speed and for schema because they do a good job. They're lightweight and I get unlimited sites because I'm working on a lot of sites. We do a lot of work, all right? And a large majority of sites are WordPress. So to answer your question more in depth, hey, if you have the time to allocate to create manual schema, all right, then yeah, it's going to be worth your effort. But what I would do is, and I was just talking with I was talking with my brother to teach the team about this. If you take a look, let me see here. Let me see if it's in here. All right. If you go out to Google, you go to Google JSON LD schema markup list. Okay. How structured data works. Okay. And then you come down into features guide. See this list right here? These are the schema markups that Google rewards. It's called an enhancement. Okay. So what I would do is I would formulate like what on your page can be marked up that's in this list. That's what I would do. All right. Now, then we start talking about time and efficiency, and then we start talking about reward to work ratio. The work to success ratio is relatively low, in my opinion. Like I see ladies and gentlemen allocating a lot of time, resource, and budget to doing big pages of schema and a lot of work. In my opinion, and from not only testing, but also doing a lot of client work, I have found that marking up the page with the most relevant things, right? Just the most essential things is much more effective than doing all this crazy stuff, right? Like building out all these pages. Also, too, if you don't believe me, type in your primary keyword. HVAC contractor, plumbing near me, whether you're home services, lawyer, whether you're a doctor, chiropractor, a dentist, locksmith, go ahead. Type in your primary city plus your primary keyword and go to the top performers. I would love for you to show me an example in a larger city of where a top performer has pages of schema. Oh, wait, put it into the chat. And two, even if you can find one simple example, I could show you thousands of examples of where it's not necessary. Hundreds of thousands. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a work to reward ratio. It's very simple. Do I have the time or the budget to invest in this thing? We need high impact. It needs to be high impact. When we're talking about schema markup, that's high time and high cost investment. Is it worth doing? Yes, but I need to be able to do it in a fast amount of time and for a low cost. One of the fastest, easiest ways to do that is install a plugin that has a lot of the basic stuff that we're going to need in order to compete. All right. So hopefully that helps. And then if you're doing manual, great. With AI, it makes it very, very easy. Like you need to know what you're looking at and know what you're doing, but it can help you. It can help you. All right. All right. I want to rank for use Tesla for sale, but I want to be number one. What links do I buy? PR, guest posts, and link inserts. Is press release without link to our website still good? I don't know why I would do that. I don't know who told you to do that. But I personally would never do that. If I'm going to do a press release, depending on what the press release is, I'm not going to not build it to the asset. Like that just doesn't compute to me. But that's up to you, my friend. I wouldn't build a press release that's not pointing to at least an internal page on my website. If I'm going to spend money, I need to see benefit. There has to be a reason, you know. Like if it's going to be a deliverable, there better be a reason. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to say thanks for all that you do, Chris. It's my pleasure, Tim. Thank you. I purchased a few backlinks recently, and once launched, SEMrush notified I have toxic link. Is it worth keeping them or to remove? All right, SEMrush, I ran into this so many times, you know, regardless of the tool. I don't want to I love SEMrush, right? But SEMrush isn't Google. And what they're looking at is far different than what Google's looking at. Like, if there's too many anchor texts on a page, that could be considered a toxic link. You know, if there's too much reciprocal linking, that could be a toxic link. You know, until I get a algorithmic penalty or until I see an issue, like I would not go in there and start removing or deleting links. That is not what I would do. But that's completely up to you. All right. Gamer update. Is it a good idea to link to your website from profiles across other websites? It's one good idea. It's one thing, gamer update. It's one thing. Is this going to take you to the top? It's one of many things. I would be very selective on the profiles that we're doing. I'd be also selective on how many I'm doing. I'd also be very selective on if I'm spending money or time on it, how much I would be doing. I would do very little. I would count that as maybe a nickel on my journey to becoming, if we're using the analogy of a piggy bank and we want to become a millionaire, and this is a website, I want $1 million website or $1 million business. Here's my piggy bank. Those profile links would be one nickel going in to the piggy bank. All right. I would count guest posts, link inserts, press releases, outreach. I would count those as $50 bills or $100 bills, right? Now you're starting to move the needle. Okay. Hopefully that helps. I have a blog ranking first on Google. How can I convert my traffic to sales? That's with calls to action and conversion. And then what's the intent of the pages that you're ranking? It's going to be very hard to convert a prospect or a visitor on a low commercial intent keyword. If you're bringing them in the door with information, it's very hard to convert. In fact, there's a lot of studies out there. You could go read them. You know, there's tons. You know, the conversion rate on information is very, very low. High volume, low conversion rate. But there are a lot of tutorials and guides out there that can help you get your conversion rates up. You know, calls to action. Where's the button at? What color is it? These types of things. All right. You know, how many times are you asking? Are you hitting them with an intent, like a exit intent pop? This type of thing, right? I would look at some conversion tactics and then I would deploy that into the blog. Also, too, you have a blog, you're getting a lot of people, maybe, potentially. You know, how are you getting them back? Are you trying to turn on notifications? Are you getting them on an email list? Like, what's going on there? Okay. I have a journey coming up we're going to start posting. That's going to be one of the... So I think that'll be interesting. You guys will like that. Twalk 3D. Is your Haro service good for direct to monies? 1,000%. The reason why I wanted to offer Haro is because I have clients that, like, hey, you need a diverse backlink profile, but we also need outreach. I need to be able to build up my referring domain count, but I need to be able to have some really high quality links, like a lot of high quality links. So we wanted to offer a service that is very, very premium. You know, I have 2 premium services that, yes, I would point it to a homepage. I'd point it to a primary page. We offer homepage links and we offer Haro. Also, too, another really good service for pointing directly to a money page is we offer something called a premium press release, right? Like these are some of the better, much higher quality stuff. You know, like it's not like 700 of the best sites ever, but there's a big chunk of really good sites that pick up these articles. All right, so hopefully that helps you out. Thank you. Yes, my pleasure. Follow-up question. Created a blog post, but instead of adding a block for image, I added as a background image. When I look at the sitemap, did not count as images. Will that affect my ranking? Potentially. This is a small detail. I think it is required to have an image on the page. I would assume, right? But you need to look and see how many images are going to be required, right? Inside the code, right? What is Google looking for? So do I think that having a background image is going to hinder your performance? Maybe on the speed side, but overall, no, not at all. I wouldn't be concerned. How do you do YouTube SEO? I don't really. I put the title in, I put a description in, I put my tags in. There's no secret. There's tons of videos out there on this. You know, I mean, yes, I understand SEO. I think very well. So maybe I have a slight edge because I understand keywords and keyword density. I understand keyword research. Like there's definitely some helpers there because I know what I'm going to target. I know I get it. But as long as you're following the basics, I think you're perfectly fine. Nana, I see some press release services. They won't put link only unlinked brand mention. I don't know if that is worth it for SEO. So let's say, for instance, Bloomberg, right? This is a great example. Bloomberg is a huge site. They generally will do a mention. There's also sites out there, believe it or not, that will sell this as a primary service for a lot of money, right? I know some SEO sites that are offering brand mentions and brand mention articles without a link in the neighborhood of $1,000, like actually higher. So is there value there? That's wildly dependent on the site and how much traffic it gets. But if we're talking about, let's say Bloomberg, it comes in one of our reports, in fact, that's a brand mention on a very large site. It is a co-citation. Would I go out of my way to pay a bunch of money for that? No, but if it's inside of a report, awesome, right? But it's a co-citation, so it is what it is. All right, now what I need to do is I actually have a few things. Speaking of Haro, I need to produce a few things on what we need. So, if you have questions, throw them in. I will answer them. But I have some like actual work I have to attend to too. I'm going to record it. We'll just stay streaming so I can answer questions and help out whomever I need. All right. But there is a couple things that I need to address related to Haro. So that's exactly what we're going to do. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and do that now. Let's see if we can get a really cool link. No, not a cool link. Here, we'll go right here. I mean, who explains it better than Haro themselves, right? I mean, geez. It's actually now connectivity, I think. Connectivity. Right. So I have to answer some questions. I need to do, I need to make some explainers is what I need to do. So that's what we're going to do. If you have questions about local, throw them in. But we have a new service. It's Haro. I need to explain how to fill out the form, what it is, why to use it, this type of stuff. All right. So, not the most fun stuff, but it has to be done. Okay. So, that, and then also too, we just launched, a far better, well, I guess I can't talk about that publicly, but I have some other Google Maps related services that we're now offering that we're very proud of. So that's how we're doing it. All right. So in any case, let's come over here. All right. What is Haro? Haro, or help a reporter out, is now connectivity. Connectivity, or Haro, is a way to do outreach to very high quality websites Websites that you generally would not have access to, such as Time Magazine, Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, Mashable, Forbes. You can get a lot of great placements through manual outreach through the Haro system, and we now offer Haro outreach done for you completely with a very short turnaround time, and on top of that, we guarantee high quality links or it's free. So Haro is a way to do outreach and get high quality backlinks at a very low cost in a short period of time. All right, I got to make sure I keep these under a minute. 51 seconds. Okay. All right. All right, here, come on over here. Okay. All right, ready? How to order Haro outreach services through chrispalmer.org. So in this video, what I'd like to walk you through is the step-by-step process of ordering Haro link building services through chrispalmer.org. So first and foremost, when you land on chrispalmer.org, you can click this orange button here or yellow button here and scroll down the page. Now, we do have two types of Haro backlinks that we offer, or Haro outreach services that we offer. We have the regular or standard where you can buy, outreach services done for you, or we have monthly where you can get however many you need on a monthly recurring basis. But what I want to do right now is I'd like to walk you through the process or the ordering process of what details you'll need to give us specifically in order to have a successful outreach campaign through chrispalmer.org. So let's go ahead and click on Haro link building services. So this is just a very simple form, all right? What you'll want to do is you'll want to read through here what we guarantee, which is going to be DR30 backlinks, or they're free. It's DR30 or better. That is a Ahrefs metric. On top of that, if you buy one backlink and we were to say get 3, if we send out 10 pitches and you only buy 1, but we give you 3 extra, you can have those for free. We don't upcharge if we get you more. On top of that, we're doing 30 days to a 45-day turnaround. So this is it's a manual process. It takes time. Within 45 days or shorter, guaranteed to have your links done. The pitches are done in native English. There's no AI. This is 1000% manual. It's a very tedious process. This is 100% manual. The links are permanent, much like some press release services where links will purge. These placements are 100%, they're permanent links. All right. Now, what we have available is you can either choose single links, but there's discounts in bulk or monthly. And here's what I want to talk about right now. So we're going to scroll down to some of the policies. All right. You'll have to give us all of the details. You need to communicate with us. You have to communicate through our portal. We're not doing anything that has to do with pharma, casino, X-rated, anything illegal or gray area, no credit card offers. We follow all laws, rules, regulations, nothing shady, nothing gray area. And we don't do political campaigns because success rates are low. All right. Now, as we go down, I want to point this out to you. We have 2 separate options, right? Like I mentioned before, we have single, right, where you can get 1 at a time. A lot of other services or a lot of our competitors will force you to buy 2 to 5, right? Or they'll force you to do monthly. We give you the option, right? We just want to have the opportunity to serve you, period blank. So we want to offer very competitive pricing. On top of that, we want to give you discounts by working with us in long-term or in bulk, all right? So let's go ahead and talk about this now. So when we come inside of here, as you can see, singles, you have 1, 2, or 5. Where the discounts come are when you buy 1. If you get 1, we have our flat rate. Now, if you were to get 2, click on this, click 2, this is where you get a slight discount. Or if you were to say get 5, again, that's $250 per link if you were to buy 5. Again, if you want the really low cost, then sign up monthly. $250 a month, you get 1 link, but you can have the ability to get as many as you need. All right. Now, what's great about our service is we're utilizing your email so you could see the manual work that we put in. The emails will come directly to you. In fact, we want to make sure that you give us a company, Haro at your business. As long as we have an email, we log in, we're sending pitches on your behalf. Native English, there's no AI, we're sending pitches on your behalf to get placements. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, all right? But we guarantee the placements. On top of that, we're even showing you the work that we've done, right? So with that being said, let's walk now through how to fill out the form. We've had a few clients get stuck on this. They're not sure what to say. I'm going to walk you through that process right now. So when you make your choice, let's say you sign up monthly at the lowest cost, $250 per link on a monthly recurring basis. 1 link. And again, if you're signing up monthly and we're sending out 10 pitches, 20 pitches, usually we send out 20 to land 1, sometimes 30. It depends on what type of quality you're after. But if I send out 20 pitches, I get 1 back really quick, but all of a sudden we decide that, or they decide that we get 3, you could buy 1 and get 4 is what I'm getting at. And we're not upcharging for that. But after you make your choice, let's say monthly you get 1, I'll walk you through the process of filling out the form. All right. So when you get over here, the form looks literally just like this. All right. What it's going to ask you for is your project information. So here's what you're going to need. All right. First and foremost, what we want to know is we want to know what your niche is. You know, are you a dentist? Are you a doctor? Are you, what's your category? What's your niche? The next thing that we need to know is we need to have your URL. We want your full URL, https website.com/page. All right. Usually we want your home page, but you could point out individual pages and we give the option to add more inside the actual form. You'll see where you can give more than just 1 response. Okay. Email. So what we mean by email is very simple. We need a team at your email or PR at your email. It has to come from you. It has to be from you, right? That's how this works. All right. The next thing is we need to have the email password. Remember, we're sending pitches on your behalf. This is very, very common. The next thing is the email URL. So how do we get to it? Is it G Suite? Is it Yahoo? What are you utilizing? How do we get there? So we need the email password, and then where do we go to log in? Okay. The next thing that we're going to need from you is your LinkedIn profile. All right. What is the URL? We need the URL.com/your URL, right? Give us your LinkedIn profile URL. The next thing that we're going to need is your Facebook URL. All right. We need all of it. If you have them all, great. Success rates go up if you have more information about the brand, the business, and the service. Okay. It's essential that we need this. We need your Twitter account, the URL, Instagram if you have it, YouTube if you have it, and if you don't, it's in your best interest to go and create it so you have it so we can put it in. The more places and the more established the business is, the better the placements that you're going to get. Establish yourself as an entity. You'll have a much higher success rate, get better links. It'll be better for everyone. All right. Next, if you have a podcast or if you have distribution, talking about your expertise, excellent. Give us the URL, most notably on Apple or Spotify. All right. We would like the Spotify or Apple URL. If you have awards, all right, not on MarketWatch, but an actual award from maybe a local radio station or an award from a local, a local paper or a Tribune or something that it doesn't have to be high authority, but it's an authentic award that was given to you. Okay. Give us the URL or URLs for that, please. Okay. The next thing is media and mentions. Now, this is where you could start kicking back things like your Market Watch where you were mentioned, or on Yahoo I was mentioned, or there's an article on Search Engine Journal, or whatever mentions you have. Maybe you have a Wikipedia page. Maybe, there's countless ways, right? There's countless sites out there. So any mention, media mention that you have, or your brand or you as the founder of the company have been mentioned, please give us the URL of what that is. All right. Now, some other details that we're going to need is give us some insights about your business. All right. Like how are you the best? What do you do? Where do you do it? How are you the best? Give us some insights about yourself and your business. Okay. On top of that, is there any articles out there related to your business, your brand? Give us some article details. Give us the URLs. And then last but not least, we need to make sure that we have a bio. Give us a well-written bio about yourself. Try to keep it to a paragraph, something light. Convey expertise. Convey why you're the authority, why you're an expert, who you are, what you do, where you do it, how long you've been doing it. Who are you? Give us a bio. All right. What we're going to need right here, this is an upload. You click on this button right here where it says upload. Upload a headshot. Try to keep this around 600 by 600. Keep it clean. Keep it nice. Remember, you're representing yourself on some of the most authoritative websites on the web. All right. This is a manual outreach. It's one of our best services. So I would convey the best that you can. It will only increase success rates. Now, once you get done filling out all of these details, there are a few check boxes that you'll need to look over. We'll talk about those right now. So give us a company email for Haro pitches. Check the box if you understand that. You create an email or add on another email and make sure that we can get in and send your pitches. This not only verifies that the manual work is being done, but it's also much better for success rates. All right, this is very common for authentic Haro pitches. If you're going on Fiverr, if you're going on Upwork, and you're or just some random company and they're not delivering the pitches to you, I would question where these links are coming from. Okay, there's outreach and then it's back. There's a pitch and then you get back. Okay, it's very clear who and what you're communicating with. All right, and we want to be very transparent with this. All right, the next thing here is check if you understand. We only communicate through this portal. If you have questions, we have live support Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, there's live support. Also, under each order, after you fill out your order form, right here, after the order goes through, there's a box. You can communicate through the chat, and our Haro team, it's 2 people, well, 3 now. It's 3 dedicated people that are just doing pitches. They're just doing Haro. It's their primary obligation, right? They're there. They want to talk to you. They want to help you. We want to get these pitches out. We want you to start getting high quality links. The more we can help you, the cheaper we can get them. Okay. So there's that. After filling out details, message us to make sure we can get into your email. So again, either live chat or create a ticket, or what's even better is right under the order, communicate with my Haro team. All right. Communicate with the team. We're there. We're here for you. Consider us on your team. All right. Did you fill out all details? Like what we just covered before, did you fill out the Excel sheet for us? You have to have something in everywhere, right? Fill out the entire sheet. The more information, the higher the success rates, the better links you're going to get. Okay. Have you read and do you agree to the terms in the refund policy? Okay. And check if you understand you must fill out all details before we begin. If we're not logged into your email and you haven't communicated with us, and you haven't checked the box and submitted everything and we haven't logged in, we don't start the work until we have everything taken care of. All right. So it's essential that you communicate with us. Okay. All right. The last thing here is our refund policy and our terms of service. Feel free to read through this. We also have an 800 number. It's 1-800-295-8280. That's 1-855-295-8280. You can leave a message. It's transcribed. I get that sent directly to my phone. If it's support or anything that you need, leave a message there. I will see it. I get an email report or a text report every single day. Okay. So with that being said, you can read through here, but at the end of the day, our terms of service is very simple. We're not Google. We guarantee that the work will be done, but we're not Google. We don't guarantee results. We guarantee the work will be done. If the work is not done, you will be refunded. If the work is done and it's not to your standard, we of course can come to an agreement. If not, there's a refund made. Please feel free to read through. All right. And then all you have to do is sign that you've read and agree to our terms, and we'll begin your services. Again, there's multiple modes of communication. We have a ticketing system. We have right within the order. It's right over here. If you're logged in to make an order, we have a ticket system. My support team is on 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. They answer the tickets during that time. And there's also live support. See this button right here? They're online right now. You could chat with them now. All right. This is not for strategy. This is for concerns, but we're online 11 to 3 Eastern Standard Time. Also, underneath the order, you can communicate with the Haro team. For this service specifically, we have it's a specialized team. It took a lot of time to be able to do this successfully. On top of that, if you need something to get to me, call the 1-855-295-8280. Leave a message. It'll be transcribed. I get the transcribed messages texted to me at the end of every single day. It will get to me. Depending on the concern or the issue, I'll reach back out to you. All right. So that's all. And hopefully you enjoy our service. See you in the next one. Bye-bye. All right. So that takes care of what it is, how to fill out the form. Oh, I'll chop that up, clean that up. All right. Who's it for? Who's it for? Hello there, I am Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In this video, what I'd love to answer for you is what, and more importantly, who is Haro Outreach Backlinking Services for? So Haro Backlinking Services are for anyone that needs authoritative backlinks that are manually gotten, and you really want to have your business shine. And what I mean by this is if you want to have your business or have backlinks to your business on sites like Forbes, Business Insider, CNN, tons of top tier websites, or just niche specific websites that are very authoritative, then Haro services are for you. If you're a local business owner, or if you're even a national business owner, an international business owner, if you've already done your essential backlink building, but you're still struggling to get that lift that you need, maybe authoritative backlinks utilizing our Haro services are for you. It's very easy to order. All you'll do is come over to chrispalmer.org, scroll down to the bottom, and we have two options. You can either buy one at a time, you can buy bulk, or we can build them for you monthly. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. All right. Who's it for? It's for everybody. But, all right. All right, who's it for? What is it? How to order it? Oh. Hello and good day. I am Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In this video, I'd like to answer for you, are Haro backlinks safe? Google has a very strict policy on link building. Haro backlinks are considered some of the most premium links that you can acquire through manual outreach. However, link building is against the policies. I don't know if I should make a video about this, but it's true. It's true. You're not supposed to build links. I don't know. What a good job, Chris, selling it. I gotta be honest. Hey, listen, you're not supposed to be building links. Yes, these are some of the most premium links out there, but you're not supposed to be doing this, right? Like, oh my gosh. It's just true. It's just true. Like, yeah, these are premium links. They're niche specific. They're outreach. I mean, these are some of the best, cleanest links that you can get. But at the end of the day, you're not supposed to be buying links, right? Like, at the end of the day, you shouldn't be buying these. Now, these are very high quality. Yes, they're manually received. Yes, they're the best quality. They're niche specific. They're category specific. Like, they're some of the creme de la creme of backlink building. But at the end of the day, buying backlinks or backlink building intentionally to affect search rankings is against the guidelines. Period. End of statement. It is what it is. Now, if you want to have the best links and have the lowest probability of getting in trouble by Google, then Haro is the best option for you. But should you be doing it? No, it's against the guidelines. You're not supposed to influence search rankings. But if you want to influence search rankings, like, how do you make a video about that? But if you want to influence search rankings and have the least probability of getting caught, then Haro's for you. Order below. Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. Now that would make a good ad, right? Like, hey there, we have this service, and you technically shouldn't be using this service. But if you're going to buy links, which you have to, like, anybody who tells you that you can't or you shouldn't or they don't is a blatant liar. Like, if you don't buy backlinks, the probability of you ranking is 0. No. You'll probably win a whole boatload of, like, long tail terms, but for big head terms, like, show me a personal injury lawyer, a truck lawyer, a car lawyer, a divorce lawyer, or any real estate investor, any dentist, chiropractor, any of the stuff that we primarily work on. Show me one example in a city, a big city, where population is above 50,000, right? 50,000 or better. For any of those categories, like, show me where somebody is dominating and they didn't build any links at all. Not even a citation, nothing. And when you find that site, bring it to me so we can analyze and see what the heck they're doing. Because that's wild. But I don't, it's hard to make is it a safe video when buying backlinks is against the guidelines, right? Like, yeah, that's a fun one there. Oh, and I recorded it. Well, that'll be fun to chop up. Maybe we'll do, like, hot takes or something. All right, let's see if there's any questions. Let me see. Where did I put you? All right. Let's see here. All right, I'll answer some of these questions and then I have to run. I need to get some lunch. I got to meet with my brother. I'm thinking about, like, my father and I built, he helped me in the back end when I was hiring team members. We got Andrea. Andrea hired, like, I consider her my offshore help, right? And then I have my onshore, right? So my father and I, when we were building Chris Palmer Marketing, we hired Andrea and a woman named Bay and another woman, Angelica, and then we hired a woman named Tammy and her husband, Dave, right? When we built that team initially, my father was the admin assistant, we'll say, right? And then I employed my father to, assist me in running the day-to-day. We had monthly clients, we had white label service, right? When my father passed away, I promoted my brother because that's the only person I didn't mention in that list. The primary content and my right-hand man for helping was my brother, right? He knows almost as much as me, right? The only reason why he doesn't know exactly what I know is because he hasn't been doing it as long as I have, right? But what I quickly realized is that my brother was really good at pointing people in direction and he's the integrator, right? If you ever read the book, it's called Rocket Fuel. There's the journeyman or the dreamer, right? The head, right? Like, okay, here's the dream. Here's what I want to do. And then you have the integrator. Okay, let's put the pieces together. Like, I'll give my brother all the pieces. Like, okay, here's the staff. Here's the strategy. Here's how to do it. Here's what I want to see. And then he'll get the people. He's like the conductor. Da, da, da. Right? So I said all that to say this. You know, I've been really contemplating on the service side of business, right? Because essentially I have 4 modes of business, right? I run a white label services. We have a client, essentially client acquisition and client fulfillment, right? Where we have clients. We have a very select amount of clients. You know, if we're looking for multiple locations in specific industries, like it's not everybody qualifies, right, for us to do monthly, but they generally will qualify for white label service. So we have white label service. We have a, you know, fully done for you monthly recurring plan, depending on the person. I'm very selective on that. Then we have educational, right? Where we have, you know, that could be courses or training. And then we have a mastermind where it's a group session. And then the other modes of business are we do consulting. Well, I do consulting and my brother does as well. We do consultations. So for the service side, white label and client fulfillment side of the business, I've been really contemplating on like calling it like I had an envision, I had an idea. I'm looking for feedback, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm telling you this. I was thinking like I always had this vision of like super SEO bros. And then I could use like the colors of like red and yellow and black and like make the background almost like Super Mario-ish, right? Like we're doing SEO and we're the SEO brothers, but like that whole, like the color scheme, the background, like everything, I was thinking to myself like, hey, let's do like almost like Super SEO bros or whatever the name would be, but utilize something like that. I thought that would be so cool. But yeah, man, I guess he's really good at managing. He gets stressed out, but he's a good manager. He's a very, very good he's a good manager. I'm far too lenient. And he's much better at managing assistants than I am. I'm not a good manager. Not by any stretch of the imagination. I'm too nice. So that's generally a problem for me. So he makes a good manager, but yeah, I like that idea. I know SEO Bros is taken already, so don't worry. I already know. I already started looking, but yeah, we want to double down on the tool side. We have some cool tools coming. But yeah, it's really just tools, services. I don't know. We got a lot running. But anyway, I didn't see anybody say, hey, I like that idea. So I guess maybe that's a bad idea. Any other questions here? A DR70 shopping site emailed me to ask for a backlink, and my site's just a DR1 to 2 with a little bit of traffic. Well, yeah, because this is something that when I talk to business owners, they don't quite grasp. Is you run out of link opportunities, right? Like if you're doing it the white hat way, right? The white hat way, like you're still, you know, either link bagging or buying links, whatever the case may be. You run out of opportunities. Like if you're only looking for hyper niche related and specific links, you run out of opportunities pretty quick. Then you start doing your link bagging. It sounds like somebody hit you, like they're only, like they don't quite understand how SEO works or what a link graph is, or, you know, they don't quite get it yet. So if they're looking for hyper relevant stuff, like The website has to be about a topic. The links pointing to the site has to be about a topic. The page has to be about the topic. The anchor text has to be about the topic. Like, you know, you run out of inventory very fast, you know, and that gets pricey. That gets pricey. But anyway, that's probably why they reached out. Like, they don't care. They're after referring domains. You know, they're looking for hyper niche related or specific domains. Either that or it's a scam. All right, Josh R. I believe you've mentioned that link velocity is a ranking factor. So if you get too many links too fast, it could negatively impact rankings. I would not say that. I do feel that link velocity or link consistency, so I guess you could consider this velocity, is, yes, a signal. I think that just like on maps, where a good business doing good business gets good reviews or gets reviews consistently, if you're consistently doing good business, you consistently get reviews, right? And it just so happens that when I'm consistently doing this, I consistently get better rankings, right? Now, if we look at that at a website standpoint, it's the same thing. You know, a good website doing good on page and doing good work should consistently be getting external votes. You should be getting votes saying, hey, this is a good site. This is a good reference point, right? So it's more consistency, or you could say velocity. See, velocity sounds like it's a lot really fast. But velocity to me is really, it's the amount of links that you're getting over a consistent period of time. If your velocity is 2 a week, then your velocity is 2 a week. Okay? But if you go out, if you're referring to the beginning of the video, when I was talking about acquiring and establishing your brand based upon doing PR, citations, getting your directories listed, getting your niche specific directories and citations, getting even paid placements on citation sources, or getting on top 10 lists on Yelp, whatever the case may be, doing that amount of link building, mind you, that a lot of that is no follow, right? Mind you, a lot of that is going to be naked or branded, which is not that impactful on the hindrance of a page performance, right? But these are essential things that we need to have on the web, co-citation, in order to establish a brand. By spiking or doing a significant amount of co-citations, citations, directories, that kind of stuff, at first is not going to hinder my performance in the long term. This is going to help establish the brand, the business, the services we provide. Right? Now, if you're going in there and laying in 500, 1,000 guest posts a week, yeah, yes. You know, every time I point a signal or a factor at a page, there has to be a recalculation. So, and two, on top of that, if you're not highly selective in those batches of 100 or batches of 1,000, there might be a problem, right? And this could hurt you over the course of time. Plus, on top of that, if I'm building 100 guest posts a day, that's just not a long-term strategy. Can it be done, or will it hurt you? No. That is a lie. I've never seen that either. I've seen sites skyrocket to the top and then plummet because their velocity stops, right? Like, they just stop. They'll make a large investment, they'll do a bunch of work, they'll do the on-page, they'll re-index everything, and they'll build a boatload of links. They'll get that initial spike, they'll get a 3-month run, and then they'll start dropping down. Right? And then they'll go back in and redo everything, and they get like, yeah, that's a problem. But building your links, there's nothing wrong with establishing your brand. Like, I wouldn't look at that large number and say, oh, hey, I need to keep this velocity. I would say, hey, this is the number that's going to be required in order to establish my brand presence. And then I would start looking and analyzing based upon certain SERPs, who's in guaranteed winner? Who is winning the SERPs I want to be in? And then I could establish my strategy based on guest posts, link inserts, more PR off of that, right? But building hundreds or dozens of links is not going to hinder your performance. It's only going to help. So hopefully that helps you out. Is there a store? Sure, chrispalmer.org. Mega Doofus, do you think effective local site structure differs by niche, or is your method pretty universal across all niches? I think that I've seen two structures that work very, very well. Let's talk about this. This is a great topic right here. That I actually wanted to make this video. So you know what? That helps me out. Here, we'll make it right now. Here, I have a few more minutes here. You know what? We're going to talk about that right now. Great. Mega Doofus. That name is interesting, but you know what? I love your question, bro. So, thank you for your question. It spawned a whole nother video. So thank you for that. That is so helpful. I get that question so much. There's no right or wrong. Okay. Let's talk about that right now. All right. So, let's just get set up here. Give me 1 second. Great question, by the way. Let's see how we're doing. Also, while we're here, let's see how Chris is doing. So we're going to do a mobile analysis for performance. Let's just see how Chris is loading. I hate to do another switch, but I really want to put my brother in there. Now, that's what I'm talking about. And that's with an embed. And I got Google ads running. Google, Facebook APIs are running. I got a embed on the page. I have a very large image, and we're still flying. So I'm very happy about this speed right here. 1.3, 1.3, 190. Let's go see minify. Well, it is minified, but that's okay. So I would say that we're flying. So I'm very happy about that. Anyway, now that we have this up, let's talk about structure. Okay? Great question, by the way. Here, let me get a quick drink before we get into this because I'm parched. Give me a second. Okay. Here, let's go ahead and talk about this. What should we name it? Okay. I got it. Move this back. Hayes, lay down, buddy. Go ahead, go lay down. All right. Hello and good day. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's video, what I'd love to answer for you is there a difference in site structure, or is there a specific site structure that you should be using? You know, at the end of the day, I've seen two separate site structures be a success. Either flat or utilizing depth of relevancy or depth of concept siloing. Now, what I want to do in this video is I want to explain to you the two separate concepts and how they work. But the real point that I want to get across in this video is it's not that one's better than the other. There's advantages to both. There's some things that are better about a siloed structure over a flat structure, and there's some things that are better about a flat structure over a siloed structure. But what I want to point out to you is it's not that one's better. It's either or, and do what's best for you. So let's break down in this video what are the two types of structure, and then I'll give you some pros and cons, and I'll let you decide for yourself. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. But before I do, I want to point out chrispalmer.org. Regardless if you need services, if you need done for you, done with you, or if you need consultation, if you just need another set of eyes. We have a magnitude of different services you can order right from here, individuals, or if you just want us to manage it all, click on this and we can take care of it. Enough about me. Let's get into structures. Now, like I mentioned just before, there's two structures, right, that I have seen and I generally use, okay? Now, what I'm talking about primarily right now works very well for affiliate. It works exceptionally well in local. It works good for everything. Siloing down your content works exceptionally well. But what does that look like? And what are some of the benefits of it? Let's talk about it. So, first and foremost, we have to establish a website. There needs to be a homepage. So I'm going to break down this structure first. This is siloing or building depth of concept. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have our example. Let's say it's we buy houses. Okay. We buy houses.com. All right. Let's make this big so we can see it. All right. So that's the brand. Now, We Buy Houses wants to offer, buying of houses or selling your house fast in specific states, more importantly in cities. All right. So in order to build out a structure, it will look something like this. We Buy Houses, Texas. Okay. Bam. All right. So now we have our homepage and a top level page. All right. Now let's start talking about some other things here. Let me just point this out to you. And then this would be off of that would be or I'd probably do this. Sell my house fast, Austin. All right. But then we also are going to have this right here. Oh, my mistake. All right. Why sell your house? Another one would be best places to sell your house. All right. Now, let's talk about this. Okay. Now, what we're doing here is called a silo or having depth of concept. All right. Now, as you can see, this is the home page. Our top level page is We Buy Houses in Texas. All of these other pages here, this one here, Sell My House Fast in Austin, which is a city page. Also, Why Sell Your House? This is informational. All of these, whether it's city or informational, is supporting the main concept. What's the main idea? We sell houses, or We Buy Houses in Texas is the top level page. So if we were to draw this out just to make it more visual, I'm a visual learner, so I assume you are. You have a home page, right? This is your home page, home. Okay, I'll draw this out, try to do it quickly. This is a home page. From the home page, we talk about many things. For instance, this here is our top level page. In this case, it's We Buy Houses in Texas. Okay, Texas. All right. Now, off of Texas or under Texas, we have our city pages, and you can have multiple city pages. But then we also have what is called supporting content or informational content. Okay, info. There's info, and then there's city. Okay. What this is doing is we're drilling down or building depth of concept, or this is called siloing our content. We have a top level page, We Buy Houses in Texas. We're referring to buying houses inside of Texas. Then to build more depth of concept inside of Texas, we buy houses in Austin. We buy houses in Houston. We buy houses everywhere in Texas. And then to support We Buy Houses in Texas, who should buy houses in Texas? Who should sell houses? When should I sell a house? What's the average price of houses in Texas? Right? Whatever you want. We also like building a best of list. What this is doing is building depth of concept underneath our primary page, which is We Buy Houses, Texas. Top level page is always going to be state, city, state information, state, city information. Okay? Depth of concept. Now, what are some of the advantages of siloing this way? Well, the main advantage is most people, not all, but a vast majority of the web is using WordPress. What we have found is for internal linking, it is very easy to create what is called, here, get rid of this. Delete. You can build category pages, right? Like We Buy Houses would in Texas would be the category page. And from that category, you have your categories. It's then also easy to build the menu based. It's easy to build out a menu, a navigational menu inside of WordPress based on a category. Or if you're going to use pages, I could set the parent page to be the page in Texas, and then I can have the child be underneath it. It's easy to create menus based on states or based on services, whatever you want. I can create a menu, and then I can internally link in the sidebar, up at the top. I could do it in the bottom. I could do it in the footer. It's very easy then to put multiple internal link elements within a page using menuing and category pages, right? Or the parent child. You can do it any way you want. But inside of WordPress, it's very, very easy to manage your content. Gee, I wonder why. Content management system, WordPress is number one, right? Right? We can all agree on this. It makes it easier to do it. This is one of the reasons why we do it this way. But we're also trying to build depth of concept. And this is one way to do it, right? Now, the other way of doing things, and this is what I want to talk about, is keeping things flat, all right? Now, it's not that one is better than the other, and let's talk about what flat is and some of the benefits, but also the big reason why I prefer the other way and the drawbacks, like why I prefer to silo this way as opposed to keeping everything flat. The biggest drawback of keeping things flat is because I have to create, we're going to talk about it right now. Let's use the same thing. Okay? Let's just do it a little bit different. Let's do sell my house fast. Okay? Let's just say, for instance, that's a site. Okay? So if I'm building sell my house fast and I want to keep everything flat, then what that would mean is that my top level page is still going to be the same. We Buy Houses, Texas, right? Then on this page right here, I build out a page. I create a web page. And on that page, I create a section that's going to list out cities, okay? And I would have to manually add those cities into the top level page in order to click on that article, that page, that supporting page, but it's not supporting, right? It's not supporting the main concept, right? If I were to click on this here, bear with me here, one moment. All right. Cities, okay? If I click on a city page, if you're doing a flat structure, it'll still look like this. Sell my house fast, okay? .com. I click on a city page and then it takes me to We Buy Houses in Austin. Okay. So top level page still is there, but I'm keeping the site flat. Yes. Hey, it's right off the root. Being off the root shows a lot of importance to a page. You're making every page a top level page. What you'll generally do in this instance is you'll build your informational off of here. So this will be info. And then when I build my city pages off of the root, if I'm keeping the structure flat or flatter, then I'll build my info here and I'll make it specific. The biggest drawback to this is all the internal linking. I don't have the benefit of making menus and setting categories. I don't have that benefit. I have to do every single link manually, every internal link manually. So the amount of A tags and the amount of internal linking generally is less. On top of that, the hugest drawback to keeping it flat is if something changes, a piece of information needs to be added, I change a URL, I have to add something, I need to go to every page that's referring to Texas. Because remember, I'm internally linking everything still. It still has to be internally linked. But every change, every modification, every single thing you did initially, I have to go back and do it again because I have to add or modify or take away. This is a massive drawback. Huge drawback, right? And then on top of that, how Google has shifted, yes, this is a great way of doing it if you have a small site. A small site. Okay, you have a tiny little site, 100 page, 250 pages, that's manageable. When you start having thousands of pages, hundreds of blog articles or informational articles, hundreds, thousands of city pages, 50 states, hundreds of cities, and then hundreds, I should say thousands of cities, thousands of informational pieces. It's just too much to manage. If you have a little teeny tiny site, 250 pages, 300 pages, okay, you want to keep it flat. You want to signify to Google that every single page is massively important. Awesome. But just note that there's a lot of manual work that needs to be done consistently. And to be very, very effective, keeping it flat, I need to properly interlink everything. So if I build out on my We Buy Houses Texas page, I need to make an internal linking block here that lists out all the cities. When I click on the city, I also want to link to other cities that are within Texas on those pages. So I have to put that same block, that same block, that same block. You see what I'm getting at here? The big reason why I like this is because I'm working on larger sites. And with WordPress, it's very easy to create menus based upon state, based upon information. It's just easier for content management. That's it. On small sites or single state, single service, single city sites, yes, keep it flat, yes. And it's not that this is better than this. You're still going to build depth of concept because if you're building informational, it's always going to support a commercial intent page. I'm never going to lead with information. Never, ever, ever, ever. Not if my main goal of the website is to sell something or to buy something or it's commercial intent based. If my website is commercial intent based, the only pages that are coming off that route are commercial intent based. If I'm building information or blogs, it's going to support a main idea. Period. End. Okay. So the drawback really with this is just with content management. It's generally for smaller sites. Yes, you get a slight advantage by keeping things flat. For sure. There's no question. But it's also a lot more work. And there can't, no mistakes. It's easy to look through your multiple menus. Like when you're inside of WordPress and you have a boatload of menus based on state, there's only 50 menus. And then I have my supporting article menus. You just go down the list. I need to make a change. I go into the menu and I make the change. Easy, done. I have bulk menu creator, right? Super simple. Like it's a lot easier for big sites that we work on. All right. It's not that one's better than the other. It's just for long-term success and for management and for larger projects. I prefer siloing this way. It's not that I don't silo this way. I do, but there's a lot more manual work that goes into this. All right. And that's the key differences. You're still going to silo. Commercial intent always goes off the root. And then we have information. If you're just a blog, then you build all of your content off of the root. It makes perfect sense. You're a blog. I want to rank information. But 100% of the businesses that I work with, where high commercial intent keywords always lead. All right, so I hope this breaks down the difference between flat and a massively structured or siloed website. The differences are very clear. This one has more manual work. It's more geared towards smaller websites. This over here has a lot more capabilities of keeping things in order, plus it's for larger websites. It's not that one's better than the other. They both have advantages and drawbacks. I love both of these styles, both of them. It just depends on the project. All right, so hopefully this answers it for you. What's the difference between flat and siloing? My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. If you're having trouble understanding siloing or foundational SEO, getting your structure right, getting your on-page right, doing keyword research, keyword gap analysis, anything, doesn't matter. If it's SEO related, I'm your guy. Please book a time with me or ask a question below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next On-Page SEO. What's the difference between flat and siloed websites? Video. Have a great day. Bye-bye. And my time is up. All right, guys. Ollie, my guy. Great to hear you. Great to see Ollie. Compass Carpet, hello to you. TK Capitals, is that your URL? Service areas? How many in content links should I have on each page? All right, brother. Okay. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. All right, my friend? This, I had a big client. I still have a big client. I still have them. They're a law firm. They have a writing team, and we were doing optimizations for them. Okay. I remember early on they had a woman, like she couldn't. Everything had to be exact. Firstly, there's no exacts. Okay, but how many internal links? That's what we're going to talk about right now. Like, how many should you have? Let's talk about that. All right, here. Let's bring up our page. Okay. Here, let's keep this example right here just so I don't have to type. Okay. Here, get rid of this one. Oh, leave that there. Here, give me this. Oh my gosh, get rid of this. All right. So here, let's get a pre-example so the video is not too long. Let's just switch this around. All right. Okay. All right. Austin, here, watch. Hang on 1 second. Control C. Okay. All right, let me break this down for you. Oh, this will be another video. All right, so that's 1, 2. All right, you guys are, thank you for asking these questions. These are good ones. This will take care of my videos. For the, I won't, maybe I'll space them out. It depends on how my workload is this week, but this will take care of my content for this week, so that's helpful. Thank you guys. Great questions. I mean, what can I say? All right. Hello and good day. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's video, what I would love to share with you is a question that I received related to how many internal links, or more importantly, how many links should be on a page. So I get this question a lot. How many A tags, like how many links, outbound and internal, should I have on my page? Like, what's a good number? Well, what this video will do is give you a very good understanding of how many you might need. So I don't want to waste any time, but I need to point out again, chrispalmer.org for any and all of your SEO needs, whether it's, links, services, consulting, training, whatever it is, I have you covered. Check out chrispalmer.org. This site will direct you into the right direction for any and all of your SEM needs. All right, enough about me. So let's get into how many links you're going to need, or how many internal links, how many external links. And we're breaking it down page by page. Why? Because Google ranks pages, not websites. So everything is page by page. So let's take a look at a typical website. All right. In fact, what I've done here is I've built a typical website. I've built a website. So here it is. If we take a look at this, all right, here's what we're going to do. This right here is your homepage. Okay. So here's what I'll do. This will make things very easy for explanation. All right. So home. All right. This is top level service. So primary service page. City pages. Info. Blog pages. All right. Now, let's make this large enough that everybody can see, or that you can see. Okay. Homepage. Top level service page. City pages. And your blog. Now, the question at hand here is, well, how many links are required on a page? Great question. When we're talking about linking, at the end of the day, what we're linking to is stuff that's hyper relevant to a service. I primarily focus on local business owners, right? Whether they're running a national campaign, a hyper local campaign, or just, a tri-county or a tri-state campaign, whatever it is, right? At the end of the day, you'll have a silo based upon a high commercial intent keyword. For this particular example, we're going to internally link on our top level page. And this right here is our silo. Here's our homepage. We Buy Houses in Texas is our top level service page. Now, if you're a chiropractor, great. Chiropractor Texas or Texas Chiropractor. And then underneath that, it's Texas Chiropractor / Chiropractor in Austin, Chiropractor Houston, Chiropractor Dallas, Chiropractor Fort Worth. You can interchange any service. It doesn't matter. All right. This is a silo based upon a top level or primary service in the state that we're offering it. Okay. So let's build out our page. How would we internally link this? Well, here's what's great. Okay. If you have more than one service, okay, inside of what is called the head, you're going to have a header menu, right? Or it could be a hamburger menu that's going to your top level pages. Take away the state here. What if your primary keyword is chiropractor? What if you're only in one state, one city? I get this a lot. It doesn't matter. It's not that it's state specific or city specific. What I'm showing you is the structure. I'm trying to help you make this make sense for you. Okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be state first. It could just be a city. What this really is a primary service. Do you have services? Great. Inside of your header, you're going to have a drop down listing your top level service pages, right? So that's the head. So we have links going to all of our top level pages. In this example, the top level page that we're talking about is We Buy Houses in Texas. Okay. So my Texas page would go up here because that's my primary services. We buy houses in Texas. Great. So now we have a link in our header menu. Now in the bottom, we also want to list our top level pages, our primary service. Why is this, Chris? Because our most important page, we need to build the most amount of internal links. So header and also footer contain our primary service pages. All right, is this making sense for you? Awesome. So in our footer, we also want to have top level, right off of the root, our most important top level high commercial intent service pages go in the head and they go in the foot. All right. You have 10 services. Great. Services is the anchor. Drop down is plumber, toilets, leaky faucets. I don't know. HVAC, installation, repair, bang, 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 whatever it is. Put it in the head, put it in the foot. You're with me so far? So these are our top level pages, are internally linked no matter what. These are our top level pages, also known as top level service pages. Now, let's, for instance, fast forward. Now we're on this page here. How many internal links should I have on this page? If you take a look down below here, we have city pages and we have blog pages. These pages are in the structure underneath our high commercial intent or our top level page. See, We Buy Houses is our top level. We have supporting content, Sell My House Fast in Austin. This is supporting the main idea of We Buy Houses in Texas. Okay, this is a city page. This is supporting the main idea. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 city pages. Now on top of that, to drive it home more or to display or convey how much authority we have or our depth of a concept, like how much of an authority are you on this particular thing that you do, we also have informational content. And if you look close, you'll see that it's actually supporting the primary service page. Okay. And again, it doesn't matter if you do one state, multiple states. Hey, I don't even want to target the state, Chris. I just want to do cities. Then your city plus service is your top level page. You with me? Awesome. So as we keep going here, that means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages in this example that have to do with We Buy Houses in Texas. On top of that, we have so much hyper relevant information. We're talking about cities that we do it in, and then we have information to discuss how we do that. All right? Like who should do it? When should you do it? The best places to do it. Why we should do it. How we should do it. Who, what, when, why, where, how, and best of list. 7 articles. 7 articles based on a primary concept or idea. That answers it all. All right, you with me so far? Now for our example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Now, if we take a look over here at our page, all of our primary pages are up here. I don't know how many services you have, so this number could vary. In your footer, we list our top level service pages. Remember what a top level service is. See this? This is a top level page. If you don't target states, that's fine. Whatever your primary service is, these are your primary service pages. This is your top level, all right? That goes head, that goes foot. Now, inside of a page, there's multiple areas, and you could do this in multiple ways. You don't have to follow this to a T, but I like to have 2 different ways going to our pages that are relevant to a silo. What I mean by this is every single one of these links that are relevant to my top level, I want to link to them twice. Why is that? Because we've tested it. We know that there's a diminishing return if we start internally linking more than 2 times to a specific page. right? Now, we can get mathy or we could just keep it simple. What I like to do is I like to keep it simple, right? So all we're going to do here is we have what is called a sidebar, okay? The sidebar is technically inside of the body. The body is one of the most hyper potent places to put an internal link, to pass juice, to pass relevance to another page. The body is number 1, the head is number 2, the foot is number 3. So we want to get all of these links here. Texas, here. Let's break it down. We're going to have our top level service page, which in this case is going to be top level service, which is going to be, in this case, our Texas page. We're also going to list our city page, right? In this case, we're talking about cities in Texas. Copy. So it's going to be in the sidebar. Remember, city, 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 city. And then on top of that, we have information that supports the concept. We have info that's related to our primary service. So it's info, 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 right? Now let me make sure I have my numbers right. 2, 4, 4 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did 5. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we have our top level page. Okay. This is the sidebar. Now, this same exact thing, generally, whether you want to highlight words and do it individually or just make a block, like make a table with the links in it, the table that we create, we do it with menuing in WordPress. But the table that I'm going to create is going to be this right here. Control C, paste. Here, let's highlight it. It doesn't want to play ball with Dad today. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and then you have your top level. Top level. Only the one that's relevant, because we're talking about Texas. I have the cities in Texas talking about a very specific service. Top level page, the cities that I offer that in, and then the information. So it's all the stuff that's in a silo. So if this hypothetically is your silo, I have a top level page, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages. So that's 9 total. That's 9 and 9 is 18. Right? There's 18 A tags or internal links pointing to my information and my siloed content based on a service. On this example here, how many links are going to be on this page right here with the arrow? 19 plus the head and the foot. That's how many. And this is how you do it. I want to either do a sidebar, a secondary footer. You can put these 2 links this way anywhere on the page you want. It doesn't matter. Make sure they're in the body. And make sure they're only linking to information that's supporting the main idea or the top level pages. Only. That's it. Only the stuff that's in the silo that's supporting your main idea. That's what we internally link. The head and the foot has my top level pages only. Make sense? Hopefully it does. And this is how many links or how you internally link your pages. That's it. I hope this has been helpful. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org, and this is exactly how you figure out how many internal links you should have on a page. But I left something out, and what I left out is an external link, okay? Generally, 1 external is perfectly fine. 1, just 1. If there's a stat, a statistic, a .gov, right? An actual authority, a licensing place, anything that's authoritative for your niche, feel free to add it in. Also, I want you to point out an authority, there's no bigger authority than Google itself. So if you have a hyper relevant GMB that's most notably in Texas, that could be a great external source. All right, so hopefully this helps you out. I'm Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. If you have any questions related to structuring, on-page SEO, keyword gap analysis, keyword research, backlinks, link building, press releases, Facebook ads, Google ads, anything. If it's SEO related and it can help your business, I can help you. So please feel free to ask any questions below or reach out to me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next On-Page SEO. How many links should I have on my page? Video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye. All right. That was good. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for your time. I need to have some lunch. Many blessings. Many, many blessings. Where can I learn about white label services? Alex, feel free to head on over to chrispalmer.org. If you have a question about a service, we have live support Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. All right. If you have a specific question that you really want me to see, you can call 1-855-295-8280 and leave a message. I get the transcription sent to me every single day via text. If you want to dive even deeper, book a time with us at chrispalmer.org. Click on consultation and make the selection that's right for you. I have multiple modes of information, and get to me. I'd love to work with you. I'd love to white label for you. Come see us. I'm sure we can work out something. All right. So hopefully that helps you out, brother. And Compass Repair. Hello, Ollie G. Hello, Alex. Thank you for inquiring. That was great, Chris. Thank you so much. Watching you. I'm watching you. Thank you, guys and gals. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. I truly appreciate your time. Thank you for, I'm just glad to help. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Many blessings. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.